Hey everyone, alrighty. Let's see what amazing, let's see what treasures Atlantis Emporium has. And we got a free key, so, or free pass. Wait, hang on. Is that... What? You're kidding, right? Is that actually someone stuffed inside? Okay. Moving on.
Commemorate your visit with a unique souvenir.
Ooh, what have you got for us?
What is this place?
You have stumbled into the wonderful Emporium's gift shop. Would you like to purchase a souvenir? We have some very unique items.
How unique?
Maybe. What kind of things do you sell?
Replicas of very rare items.
Oh, of course, there'd be
Figures and
replicas.
effigies from lost civilizations. Objet d'art, in other words.
Figures? Like dolls? There's a member of my crew, a woman, who might like that kind of thing.
A boorish person might call them dolls. But that is neither here nor there. Tell me more about this person.
Okay.
She, also likes swords.
Oh, not what does she like? What is she like?
Her personality,
Oh,
dude.
distant and tough. But I think maybe there might be some squishy bits in her somewhere.
Ah, I believe I have the perfect item.
You found
What
something
do you
based on
think?
that?
Would you like to make a purchase?
What the hell? What the hell is that? Okay. Can we check the item out first, or are we just supposed to buy it? In case we are only allowed to buy it and not check out any information, I'm just gonna point towards the doll just in case. I mean, we brought down back to 8,000, but I don't think this is the way we're supposed to go. Well, I'm doing this to a little something for Gamora, but as far as the credit line goes, something tells me this is not how we're supposed to be going about paying back a fine. I think I get the impression, for the type of game and the way it is set in these movies, is that there's usually some, you know, where it's a favor or a job you end up having to do, and the credit's more just like either for personal gain or to buy upgrades, or you know, I get that impression, but I could be completely wrong.
It's just the right kind of creepy. She should love it.
A magnificent choice.
Excuse
I
me.
presume you will forgo the silk gift wrap.
No kidding,
Yeah,
yes.
this is fine as is.
Very well. Enjoy your purchase. Good day.
Thank you. Now, can I actually enter in here? Cool, yep. How do I get in here? I have a ticket after all. Oh, do I have to present the ticket at the office, do I, maybe?
Ah, welcome, welcome, welcome. You, lucky traveler, have arrived at the illustrious Emporium, private collection of Tannelir Tivan, the premier exhibit of wonders in the galaxy. Most would hoard these treasures, but not Mr. Tivan. He is so generous. He wishes to share them with the common people. Would you?
You can tell he's been PR trained, as it
I
were.
love a tour. Oh, I have this. Think I get in for free, right?
Oh my, you must be a very important person. Mr. Tivan does not give these out very often. Please enjoy the Emporium.
Thank you. How do I get in? Oh, I can literally just walk through. Okay, that's cool.
Enjoy the wonders of the Emporium.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Oh, right. Oop. Okay, Richard Rider's Nova Helmet. Richard Rider, leader of the Galactic War Resistance and hero to countless races. The man so embodies Nova Corps that he rebuilt it from its ashes and chose Nova as his own moniker. Typically, I do not associate with law enforcement, but this relic was donated by Ryder himself, just prior to his disappearance. Oh yeah, is that what we call it? Is that what it may be? Is that what people have called as a disappearance? I'm only saying that because whenever you get in these sorts of games, it's labeled as disappearance. You know, the disappearance, but it's more likely to be killed in action, but no one's talking about it. I just say that's a typical story. Anyway, I could be wrong. You see before you this his original helmet, which is a direct connection to the Xandarian homeworld. World mine. I'm serious to saying home world whenever I see the word world next to a name of a species. Ryder claimed he upgraded it to a new helmet with his own overforce reactor to make the world mine shut up. I think he enjoyed the idea of them blabbing away in some stupid museum. Delightful. Wow.
Oh, cool.
Ultimate Nullifier. Oh yes. The most destructive weapon in the entire universe, and I have it. On loan. From Galactus. Galactus. In hands of an immensely powerful being with an exceptional mind, like Galactus, the Nullifier could detonate entire solar systems, even timelines. Perhaps even reality itself. I've been entrusted with its temporary safekeeping, though I hope the World Devourer will forget he left it with me. Oh, of course, the World Devourer. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because the World Devourer's in a great habit of just forgetting, complete complacency. I mean, everyone knows that, right? If I were to ever attempt to use it, he would instantly summon it back to himself. So feel free to admire the potential end of life as we know it, while it is still in my possession. Very calm music, as one would expect. SRA.
No way. How'd they get that?
Superhuman Restoration Act. Okay. Many of my visitors pass right by this simple document, but you have a keen eye. It is actually a prophecy transcribed in trance by the frothing monks of Seknaf 5. One should... Hang on a minute. There's a... Wait... Oh my god, have they just done a reference to something else? I wonder. One should take it as a warning since the prophecies are rarely wrong. This one speaks of a world where those gifted with powers fight amongst themselves, divided by a bloody civil war that will risk the destruction of everything they swore to protect. You may wish such a thing does not come to its pass, but its value will increase exponentially if it does. I will cheer for the civil war. Have a look at this for a second. This is... Excuse me. I'm assuming this is got to be some reference to either to I'm guessing either the Secret Archives of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Avengers Project, or some DC related thing. I would imagine. Because from the background, I saw what I thought was a whale, and I instantly thought Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's legitimately what I thought. Because I'm sure I remember seeing a whale in that movie, I think. But when I say it like this, the only thing... I'm assuming some of these are references, not just for maybe things in game, but just other DC and Marvel things, because that's typical. You know, in movies they do all sorts of references. I'm assuming this is some sort of correlation to that. I'm just not sure where, because through timelines and multiverse, there's just so many possibilities. So I'm only guessing. I'm not 100% sure. So this blade's broken. Who did this belong to?
Huh, interesting.
Hofan's Sword of Hendel? Mastercrafted by the dwarves of... Oh, good God. Nidavellir? Nidavellir? Just gonna pronounce it like that. I'm probably completely butchering it. This Odin-blessed sword was gifted by his gatekeeper, Hendel. Any god-wielded weapon is a centerpiece in one's collection. But is it Hofund or Hofund? Hofund? I just don't I find that strange. And the only reason I'm saying this is because for like dwarven stuff, as soon as you correlate Odin with Norse mythology, some sort of assumption there. I don't recognize, especially if it's like a master craftsman, I don't recognize the name of the craftsman. Or even the sword name. I don't recognize it. Maybe there's just more than one sword and I haven't read all of it. That's quite possible. Anyway. But Othon possesses numerous magical talents, including the ability to open the Rainbow Bifrost Bridge to any of the 9 realms. Wait. Are we pulling a God of War reference here? We actually might be pulling a God of War reference here. I just never heard of the sword. But I have heard of Heimdall? No, it's Heimdall. Heimdall? 100% sure. A shame it's not in mint condition, but if you look closely, you may be able to spot the hate-filled bloodstains of Mangog on its broken blade. Huh. I wonder if this is some sort of, and feel free to let me know in the comments, but is this some sort of reference to God of War? I mean, I've only ever played the one from 2008, was it 2018? Something like that, yeah. The most recent one, but I haven't played any other God of Wars. So, I mean, this could easily be a reference to some fight involving this sword in one of the past God of Wars, and I wouldn't know. But I have assumed that's the reference point they're trying to make. Glass?
Fancy.
Cosmic glasses, oh boy. If you see a relic before you, you're in luck. Occasionally a pair of lenses manifest, either that belongs to a powerful cosmic entity seemingly capable of being anywhere in the galaxy at any given time. Why does that sound so familiar? He has appeared throughout history in multiple worlds, and I suspect he will continue to do so throughout the future as well. Though we do not know his motives, many believe this mysterious being has profound impact in our galaxy. Excelsior! Is that either meant to be one of those Star Trek type of I'm trying to gather information. I assume Excelsior is not supposed to be any form of Star Trek reference. Those who know will know. But I don't think... No, it can't be a Star Trek reference, but... Because the only being that would equivalent that is Q. Well, in obviousness, anyway. In terms of beings... There's comic styles things that... Oh, boy. There's the... There is a book series, I'm just wondering if this is related, that in terms of many weird stories, about the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and some of the people they meet. I wonder if it's a reference to that. I'm kind of assuming these are references, I'm just trying to figure out where they are of, what they are from, and what they relate to. I'm probably thinking way too much into this, but... It's very specific, yet broad at the same time.
Dude, no way!
Yaka Arrow. A rare Centurion weapon added to my collection with the arrest of the Ravager Pirate Lord Yondu. I'm gonna butcher this and I should know how to pronounce this. Udonta. No, you don't. Yondu! I'm just... I can't... No joke! I watched the second movie like a week and a half ago, when I'm recording this. I've heard his name pronounced a few times, I should remember. Oh, that's awful from me. Oh god, that's kind of embarrassing. I'm just going to Yondu. Screw it. I didn't realize these were his arrows. That's awesome. These deadly arrows can be propelled and directed to tear through enemy. Why did I say anyway? I suppose technically to an extent, any enemy force with a specific whistle pitches from its wielder. Their opponents now know to aim for the mouth or face swift destruction from these nasty little things. It is unknown whether races outside the Centauri can command such device. But feel free to whistle at it and see what happens. I assure you, you are safer than these walls. They've tried, haven't they? What how many people got killed in the process? Wait, Yondu was a Centurion? I legitimately never knew that. Oh, I've heard reference, but I didn't realize that literally he was a Centurion. I legitimately didn't realize that. I've heard the words connect in the same sentence, but I never put the two together, so to speak. And I've watched the movies. Isn't that incredible? You'd think, wouldn't you? Although, in my defense, I haven't seen the first movie in... God. At least 4 years? Maybe 5 at this point? So... memory can be fading just a tad, I suppose. Oh my god, what the blood... I think I might know what that is. That's... What? Oh! Oh! Hang on a minute, something's missing.
That's not good.
Brood Queen. You see before you the deadliest of species taken from the brood world. An infant queen embryo extracted from her unfortunate host. Within that armored skull lies a fully developed predatory brain, eager to conquer us all and use our bodies as breeding grounds for a parasitic spawn. I assure you she is heavily sedated and quite harmless now, but please do not tap on the glass. Okay. Where the hell is she? That's my issue. Okay. Is this what I think it is? Because what I think it is, I think this is a miniature Thor's hammer. There is no way it's that small. There is no way it's that small.
Kinda neat.
Wait, hang on a second. Wait. That's not how I know it to be pronounced. Oh. Oh, good God. Because maybe I've just heard this from maybe one or two movie references, but I thought it was pronounced. I thought Odin's hammer was pronounced Mjolnir. So who the hell? Oh God, how do you pronounce this one? Golnia? Frogonia? Ah, that's a mouthful. It's easy to underestimate the raw power of this relic due to its minuscule size. Frogonia? I'm sorry, I'm trying here. It's said to be an unintentional gift from the Asgardian god of war, or rather his goat, whose errant hoof strike chipped off a tiny piece of Thor's own hammer. Although it's... Wait, hold on a second. This is supposed to be a shrapnel piece of Mjolnir? And they're calling it Frogolnia. I'm sure it's a real thing. I just find it funny that they made a name for it. It probably means miniature hammer in Asgardian. I'm just saying, I just find it funny that name right to a shrapnel piece of Bologna. Oh dear. Although I'd rather have the full-size Molyneux in my collection, Frogonia did grant its bearer powers identical to Thor himself. It's also ridiculously adorable. Even with Hyde's formula, I cannot lift it. Well, you're not technically supposed to be able to lift it. I mean, you've got... Well, I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure there are certain members of Thor's race as Guardians that can actually lift it. But it's primarily... And just... There's been theories circled around. But, you know, generally, only Thor's supposed to lift his own damn hammer. So, I mean, you know... It does say you could have 15 of Hyde's formulas. It ain't gonna make a damn difference, buddy. I'm sorry. I can understand why you're trying, though. What the hell? Wait. Hold the phone. Is this what I think this is? Hang on. Hang on. Oh my god, is this a reference?
No way! How'd they get that?
Oh dear god, my pronunciation is going to be butchering very soundly, isn't it? Cagliostro's book. Oh, not quite as bad as I thought. Il libro di Cagliostro. Oh, that's for the book. Yeah, okay. I thought I was trying to roll it, whereas that's actually the book. Il libro di Cagliostro. I know I'm probably butchering my Latin, aren't I? Rolls right off the tongue. Really? You sure about that? But beware, do not speak the forbidden words within lest you summon extraplania fiends. Wow. I cannot read tonight. Bloody hell. To be fair, there's some really unusual words in here, so yeah. This legendary spell book is a trove of miraculous magic, unspeakable curses, and unthinkable peril. Mine is more than just a copy, spawned directly from the original in some weird self-preservation ritual. You could say that I safeguard the backup copy, should the original ever tear a hole in reality itself and wink out of existence. Not who I thought it was. Well, I suppose technically, if they're talking about magic, the first thing I thought was Doctor Strange. If I recall correctly, there was a special book, I believe, that they guard, which is, you know, controlling time. There's the magic within it, all sorts of things like that, you know, whatever that's related, and related elements. And the first thing that jumped out at me was that book that's guarded by these people, right? Now, by this group. Maybe, and I honestly don't remember the name of the book itself, I'll be honest. If this is that book that's a direct reference to Doctor Strange, that is awesome. If it's not, maybe it's just a indirect reference to this group, or maybe I'm getting it completely wrong, but that's what jumped out at me first. So, still really cool.
I don't get it.
You don't get it? Kang's time chair. Everything about this chair and the man who sat in it is soaked in temporal anomaly. Don't worry, I've had it thoroughly cleaned. Constructed by a scientist from the far future, this magnificent device allowed him to build a violent legacy stretching backwards and forward across time. Calling himself Kang the Conqueror, his time stream manipulation united thousands of alternate Kangs who created warring councils of Kang. I was able to procure this device after two Kangs killed one another. Finders keepers. Never heard this. And if this is part of some Marvel DC history I'm unaware of, please fill me in on details. I've never heard of this. But you seriously never heard of a time chair? Dude, have you never heard of Back to the Future? Like, seriously, Quill? Have you never heard of Back to the Future? He probably has. He just doesn't make, his mind's not made the connection. Fair enough. Oh, dear. What? Oh my God. I just saw something that, no way am I actually seeing. But I'll get to that in a minute. I think I remember the name. Well, it's been a while since I saw that particular movie, but still. Wow. Is it? I think that was the name of it. Whose eye is this?
Kinda neat.
Eye of the Watcher. This oversized orb is the plucked eye of a Watcher. One of the universe's oldest and most powerful races. The decision to intervene on behalf of less advanced worlds once resulted in a great catastrophe, so they have taken a permanent vow not to meddle in our affairs. Apparently, somebody meddled in theirs, presumably to harness the Watcher's incomprehensible powers. It is safe now in my collection, content to return to your curious gaze. Does it see you back, I wonder? That would be kind of creepy, honestly. No, just mean the fact that, you know, it's like it's sort of watching and you like the watchers are quite literally watching you as you look at one of their eyes. Even creepy if they start talking, you could hear it. Let's not get into that. Okay, is this a copy of a Tesseract sphere? I think that's what the name was. Because that's pretty bloody awesome.
Dude, no way.
I think that's what it was called, Tesseract sphere or Tesseract cube. The thing that got fighting over the Avengers. I probably got the name wrong. What if you could wish for anything? This cosmic cube, would bend reality itself to make it so. It is perhaps the most important part of my collection, as I've used it to secure each of my artifacts in protective pocket realities. You may look, but you have no hope of ever touching. I do not wish more from it because it whispers to me with the voices of past owners, including one of particular infernal temperament. I am content to admire from afar. Did I get it wrong, or was it actually called the Tesseract sphere? I think the one they have in the Avengers, the movies, I mean, that really powerful one that was sought after by everyone. And they're just calling it maybe a cosmic cube. Maybe they just can't use the actual name of Tesseract, which actually, to be fair, I can understand for copyright reasons. You know, they're just calling, you know, a cosmic cube. But this is what it reminds me of. If that actually is what this is, or the replica of, that is bloody awesome. What the actual hell? Hey, wait. No, hang on, wrong design material. Okay, pair of hands. Wonderful.
Fancy.
Blade of Ikor, I think that's how you pronounce it. Perhaps Blades of Ikor is a more appropriate descriptor, since this divine weapon can be divided or reconfigured into multiple lethal weapons due to its divine liquid metal core. Before I was able to procure them, they were wielded by an angel from heaven. Or was she an Asgardian? Queen of Hell? One thing is clear. Oh, Jesus. Aldrith... Odin's Dottir? Angela for short. Yeah, I'd go with Angela as well. used the blades of Icor? Was it Icor? Not Icor, I think it is. To sever countless limbs from sinners and heathens across the galaxy. She did not hesitate to claim my own limbs. She would, should she and her weapons, so she and her weapons could be reunited. Should she and her weapon? Oh, should she and her weapon? I read that completely wrong. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. That sentence. It's just worded in a different way. Oh God. I do. The way the description of this, I do recognize the name of it, but I don't recognize the person. But I recognize the character, but I can't remember. I wonder if that's been featured in one of the Thor movies. It's quite possible. To be fair, there's been that many of these style of movies. Sometimes, and I haven't watched a lot of these in a few years, so my mind's blank, might be blanking on a few details, crucial details. But there are certain details which are jumping out at me, but my memory's not kicking in. So, or at least of these particular characters, anyway. Hands?
Interesting.
Mandarin's rings. 10 potent weapons, one for each finger, crafted from gems that once belonged to a mighty Makluan dragon race. It is said that each contains the soul of a legendary warrior and each has unique power. The real fun comes in combinations: darkness and extreme cold or fire and blinding light. Perhaps a lightning-filled vortex? Disintegrate a foe while controlling their mind? Blow them up and then put them back together again? Well, couldn't you technically do that with just time? But anyway, that's a whole other subject. The Mandarin was not eager to part with these rings, but my hideout was able to take them off his hands. So... Oh, wow. Hang on, those look, suspiciously like... Oh, God, whoops. Those... Oh no, maybe I'm... Oh no, I'm thinking of something else, aren't I? What was I thinking? What was I where my mind was going? You might be asking. I was kind of tying in the style of, because they have a special, well, temporal. This in Doctor Strange, when they had summon this sort of like a temporal magic wheel, if you want to call it like that, or a ring. But I was imagining more of that in the form of a, you know, when they in like one essentially a temporal ring, if you want to call it like that. But I was the first thought that came to my mind when I saw the images. I think, oh, it's like one of those temporal rings, and now I realize it's a different style. So I'm like, oh no, it's nothing to do with that. But it looks really cool. What the hell?
Oh, cool.
Monster from Planet X. Why does Planet X sound familiar? This one hurts. No kidding. I used to be in possession of the galaxy's last flora colossi, the sole survivor of Planet X's destruction. The enormous plant creature called itself Groot. Oh wow! Often, so that's where I know Planet X from. During its escape, I was able to sever and retain a small piece of its wooden body. You may see a simple sprout. I see a potential to regrow my lost prize, though he will be far less precious with the original running loose. Wow! No wonder that's where I heard Planet X from. Look, I know that sounds familiar. Oh my god, did I? Oh, where's that mask from?
Dude, no way!
Raptor amulet. Truly a strange fruit, plucked from the tree of shadows in null space. The Shire, I hope that's how you pronounce it, fraternity of raptors use these mysterious amulets to swap their biological bodies for cybernetic ones. With these sleek battle suits, the raptors were gifted with rapid interstellar travel, extreme strength, resilience, regeneration, and destructive energy blasts. I am told it will also tune you into the data song, a type of shared consciousness. Okay. I thought they were playing a joke there, but then I realized they'll be quite serious. I do not like to share, so the amulet stays safely on display. Or the amulet remains safely on display. I've never heard of the Raptor amulet. I've heard of Shi'ar fraternity, but I didn't realize that was raptors. Trio shouts in null space. I've heard of these references, but I never knew there was a raptor amulet, and I didn't know that reference was for that. Huh. Wow. What the hell? I get the feeling I should recognize what this is, but I'm got no clue.
Fancy.
Fire Lord's Cosmic Staff. Burning with the intensity of a solar flare at each end, this artifact channels the power cosmic and was originally wielded by Hothead Herald of Galactus. Its former owner, Fire Lord, once scouted the galaxy at the World Devourer's next meal. Okay. At some point, they must have had a falling out because I was able to procure this gorgeous implement of destruction for a low price of an entire planet. I would have gone as high as 3. High as 3? I'm confused what that... There must mean 3 of a certain currency, unless they referring to 3 staffs. Could someone please explain that to me? I'm quite confused on what that's supposed to refer to. I'm assuming that's currency, but that seems rather cheap. Okay, I swear that mass is so reminiscent. I can't put place.
Huh,
an
interesting.
Info. Snowbird's Tiara. The tiara of Naraya of Naya, probably. A mystical shaped changer conceived to battle the great beast menacing her homelands. Rebranded as Snowbird, Naya fought alongside a team of superpowered Terrans named Alpha Flight. Huh. However, as the spiritual protector of our own territory, she was unable to leave its borders. That is, without the device you see before you. Anton's components were built from the very soil of Canada, which allows her to carry her home with her. Regrettably, she is not shown up to claim it, so it remains as part of my collection. Okay, this is from Earth then. The only thing there's Naya. I don't recognize the name, to be honest. Because the only thing that with this the only thing that's there's there's whole different things. There's another character I can think of, but I can't remember the name. There's like 3 characters. I just don't want to say one of them because I don't think it's actually a real character, and I think I've got that convoluted with a completely different series with nothing to do with Marvels. But I didn't realize that was Earth, or at least I didn't think that was from where they're saying it's from. That's really unusual. Okay. What the hell?
No way.
Hide
How'd
formula.
you get that?
Why do you keep on asking that? Seriously. Occasionally, the Terra Mind is capable of exceptional brilliance. Yes, we can be at times. Take Calvin Zabo, for example. Through chemistry, Zabo believed he could push the human body beyond its accepted limits and create his own potent serum. Upon imbibement, I think that's how you pronounce it, probably not, his musculature rapidly expanded, enabling his brutish alter ego, Mr. Hyde, to hold his own against some of Earth's greatest champions. Zabo now wastes away in a Terran prison, but I wasn't going to let his serum go to waste as well. Really? His name was Calvin Zabo? Huh. I legitimately, although to be fair I don't know a lot about Jack Hyde. I thought it was Dr. Jekyll. Hang on a minute. So... Oh, unless they mean Calvin Zabo Jekyll. I didn't think that was Jekyll's first name though. I thought Jekyll and Hyde. Unless I've got that completely mixed up, I probably have. I thought Jekyll turned into Hyde, or you know what I mean. So this is the true thing of Calvin Zabo is Dr. Hyde, as it were. Huh. Wow, I've got that. Wow, I've misconstrued that part of that that part that superhero and yeah.
Kinda neat.
Technically, I suppose super villain type, I suppose, or anti-hero, whatever. Frog of Thunder. You might think this is the God of Thunder transformed into a frog. No, I don't think that at all. It is actually a frog transformed into the God of Thunder. What? One of several gods of thunder, to be precise. This tiny fellow packs quite a punch, matched only by his son Thunderous Croak. Captured after decimating an entire Batoon fleet with one throw of his mighty hammer. Frognolia. I'm never gonna get that name pronounced I'll roll it off the tongue. So this is his? Oh, right. I selfishly bailed him out of prison and found him a permanent home here in my collection. If he tells you otherwise, do not listen, as Guardians are known for the devious, devilish pranks. Oh, trust me, I know that, and I'm sure a lot of people do as well. So Throg wields the miniature shrapnel. Well, I call it shrapnel because it chipped a piece of Molyneux, and they're calling it the frog version of Molyneux. It actually makes sense now. That's actually a really cool thing. I never knew that. I've never heard of Throg. Never ever heard of Throg. So that's really cool to put that in piece. That's really cool. Wow. Thanks, that was very interesting. Alright, well, we're going to end this one here, and yeah, catch you next time. I'm going to continue exploring this place. It's a very, very interesting experience so far. Learn a lot of interesting details. Watch me forget a bunch of them. Now I just have to hope that queen creature predator doesn't attack us and look for us. Let's hope for the best. Anyway, see you next time.